What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Our Streamers Cheaters. Today we're going to be taking a little bit of a look into some of the Diazbiffle gameplay that's been floating about recently. He's uploaded a new video over the last couple of days onto YouTube, and within that there are some very weird moments that we're going to address today. We're going to go through some of the kills which I believe to be pinpoint accurate throughout that gameplay, and that to me is suspicious in itself. There is absolutely no visual recoil control whatsoever. And we are talking about the same Diazbiffle who happens to have that same pinpoint accuracy in his shots, even when he stood on the back of a motorcycle that's moving whilst an enemy is gliding in, and his accuracy is pinpoint. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take a look at some of the kills, and then at the end we will be addressing some of the kills that I believe to be the most suspicious throughout the gameplay. If you do enjoy today's video, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Badboy Beaman. It's the best place for you guys to contact me about any streamers, no matter how big or small, if you believe they are cheating. Right, let's crack on with the video. So what we've got here, guys, is a compilation of footage from one of Diazbiffle's videos that he's uploaded to YouTube. All these kills that you are seeing in the video today are all from one video that he uploaded. Just one video, and a lot of them appear to be very suspicious, to the point where we can talk about his lack of recoil throughout the clips. We can talk about his amazing aim, right? That pinpoint accurate aim. But there are a couple of these that stood out to me throughout, and we will address them at the end. But what I want you to see is his complete control of recoil. It's almost godlike. Every single time he kills somebody, it's almost like he's hitting the same spot or thereabout. Okay, so throughout these clips you're going to see him just absolutely lasering people with what appears to be no natural visual recoil at all. But there are a few where it seems to be a hell of a lot more suspicious than just recoil or lack of it. So we'll watch these through now as we go on. And then at the end of this, we will address a specific amount of the clips that are shown in this, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Now, don't get me wrong as well, guys. I don't believe for a second that Diazbiffle is rubbish at the game and that he's using cheats that make him amazing. I honestly believe that something isn't right with his gameplay, but I do believe him to be a really good Warzone player as well. And this is the thing that we try and say quite a lot about some of these streamers who we address their gameplay in videos, is that they aren't bad at the game. And people just assume that people who cheat must be bad at the game. No. Imagine you have so much money on the line on a daily basis, not just tournament earnings, but content creation and everything like that. The whole system is built up on money from Twitch, money from YouTube, money from tournaments, money from sponsors, and so on. So why wouldn't somebody feel a need to cheat? Well, those are my thoughts on the matter. Now, what we're going to do, you've seen all that footage. All them kills are from one video. Diazbiffle is always dropping high kill games, and he always seems to have really good accuracy. And by accuracy, we're talking about his crosshair placement. So most of the time, he will place his crosshair onto enemies before he even aims at them. Okay? That is what a good player would do. So if you were to use a low field of view aimbot, but your aim was always on them, your crosshair placement was always good, it wouldn't be very noticeable if you were just using a low field of view aimbot, unless occasionally your aim was slightly off and there was a small snap to the enemy. Because that's what happens with a low field of view aimbot if your crosshair placement isn't right before you toggle aimbot on. Now, when I say toggle it on, a lot of people who use controller either have it set to aim down sight or fire. So it would be either one of those. Or a lot of people as well use foot pedals to toggle aimbot off and on. Anyway, let's crack on with this and show you guys the clips throughout this that I felt were very suspicious. Let's take a look now. In this first clip, you will see it full speed, then you will see it at 50% speed, and then you will see it at 50% speed zoomed in slightly, okay? What we're going to be focusing on is the fact that his aim is trailing behind the enemy, and then it all of a sudden snaps to the enemy. Could this be a micro adjustment from Diazbiffle on his controller, or does it appear to be mechanical, almost like the aimbot has finally got to the point where the field of view is near enough to the enemy to snap onto the location where it is set? Let's play it through now and you guys can give your opinion about it in the comments below. So you saw it then in full speed. You might not have saw it, so keep an eye on it now. There it is. There's the adjustment. What looks mechanical. Almost like an aimbot toggle. Zoomed in now, you will see it clearer. His aim was trailing behind that enemy, and it all of a sudden snapped at a faster pace than what his aim was trailing at. So it's almost like he's tried to get a decent tracking on that enemy, but it didn't work out. So maybe he just hit that toggle and it snapped to the enemy, or maybe he's readjusted his aim himself. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. We're going to go on to the next clip now. It's pretty much the same with this one as the last one, where it almost looks like his aim wasn't centered properly and it snaps to the enemy. On this one, he jumps out of a building, turns around and shoots a guy who was going up the ladder. We're not calling anything to do with wall hacks in this video, guys. He knew that enemy was there. He could hear him going up the ladder. He called it out prior to this clip that we're showing, and then he rotated round through the building, but his aim didn't hit center. By that I mean his crosshair placement didn't hit center before he ADS'd. Then his aim readjusts to the enemy. We'll watch it through. Again, full speed, 50% speed, 50% speed, zoomed in. Let's go.
I think it's selfish if
You saw it then, very fast. So we slowed it down to 50% speed so you guys get a better understanding. His aim was to the left of the enemy and it readjusted itself. It almost looked like a magnetic pull. Okay, look. His aim was to the top left of the enemy and then it automatically pulled back in full speed. You notice the snap. If you go back and watch that in full speed now, you will notice it. When you actually slow the snaps down, it makes it look less suspicious. The reason we slow them down and zoom in is to give you guys an understanding of what we are talking about. And then what you should do is go back and watch the full speed clip. Because everything in slow motion doesn't look like a snap. It looks more like a slow movement, a smooth motion. But once you've seen it in slow motion, you understand the movement which we are looking at. And then you can go back and watch it in full pace, full speed, and you will see exactly what I mean. Again, guys, let me know your thoughts on that one in the comments below. Let's go on to the next clip now. So this one, the guy jumps out of the window. Again, he hears the guy coming and so on. But his perfect tracking of this enemy as he jumps out the window in an arched motion. He tracks him perfectly. Again, we'll watch this one. Full speed, 50%, 50% zoomed in. So that one, although it doesn't seem as suspicious as the first two, in my opinion, I still believe that the way in which his aim connects to the enemy after he's jumped out, his aim again was slightly to the left of the enemy and then it connected and then continued to flow with the enemy position perfectly as he hit the ground. That's my thoughts on the matter. What do you guys think of that one? Let me know in the comments below. Now this clip that we are showing you has absolutely zero to do with the shots that he's hitting. We can see that he's mounted with his gun, so we don't even consider why he's got no recoil or anything like that because he's mounted. So what we're paying attention to here is just the general conversation that these guys are having, and just listen to what Diazbiffle says about a Cronus. Now we know that these guys are possibly joking about at this point, but at what point does that become normalization? At what point does that become them promoting the use of Cronus to their followers? Somebody who's got 300,000 followers, somebody who's got 100,000 followers, and so on, promoting the use of Cronus, whether or not in a joking manner or being legitimate, telling the truth and being honest. It's still promoting it to a community of possible young kids who are watching this gameplay. Do you think they're not going to go out and buy one because they believe that their favourite streamer is? Well, let's listen to what they've got to say about this now.
I don't know.
Why?
Okay. Oh, fuck.
Hey, yours is not recoiling like mine was.
I think you just have a worse Cronus than mine.
There we have it, guys. Let me know all your thoughts on every clip that we've seen there, and if you're not sure, go back, slow them down yourself if you want to, or watch them at full speed over and over and continue until you can make your mind up, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So there we have it, guys. You can understand what I was saying at the start about a lot of those shots being pinpoint accurate, and it seems that Diazbiffle has this sort of godlike aim. It's an aim that either makes him the best player in the world or something's running in the background. What do you guys think of that? And let's mention those last couple of clips where we slowed them down and zoomed in a little bit. Within those clips, it looks like he snaps onto the enemy slightly. What do you guys think of that? Because what you've got to realise is with Diazbiffle, he places his crosshair on the enemy before he aims down sight a lot of the time. So, for example, if somebody was running a low field of view aimbot, they would place their crosshair on the enemy and all they have to do is start shooting. No matter which way that enemy moves, their crosshair will stick with them because the field of view aimbot is already stuck to them. So if somebody with a good aim, such as Diazbiffle, was to use a low field of view aimbot, this would come in very useful. However, there would be occasional times where their aim would be slightly off the enemy target, and then their aim may snap to the enemy and lock onto the location where they would usually place their field of view. I would love to hear all of your thoughts about these clips in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. If you want to support the channel further, hit that blue join button today and become a member of the Triple B fam. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Badboy Beaman. Till next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!